one more time. This is the third time I've started, you guys. If it doesn't work this time, you're just not getting one. It is. Oh, wait. See? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Teresa here. And... Laundry man. Mr. Disturb His Wife man.
No, she was already disturbed.
Anyway, it is May 1st, 2016, Sunday morning. It is 10:49 a.m. here in Okalochnee Bay. And, which is down below PANACEA. Beautiful day out.
Very much so.
It's 77 degrees out. Real feel temperature is 80. High will be 84. Low will be 66. And like I said, sun is shining. It's beautiful out. Fred went to go start laundry, but the machines are busy. You know, so have to do it later. Yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday, honey. We went on a very unintentional, very long drive. Now, we weren't worried about the gas because out here, the towns are just, you know, short distances from each other. It's not like in Wyoming. And I wasn't worried about stopping and peeing, even though I had to go, because again, you know, there'll be another town right around the bend. No. Okay. I decided yesterday I wanted to get out of the house. And, out of the RV. So, and I wanted to go see what this little town called Sopchoppy here in Florida looked like. So we took a drive over there. And a cute little town. You know, and then we decided to take the unknown road. Because, I mean, okay, how bad can it be? There's probably another town right around the bend, right? There's a lot of little towns that aren't even on the map. Oh, no, sisters. No. Now, okay, we hadn't gotten gas. I hadn't peed. We were not equipped for across-the-country trekking. We went almost all the way up Tallahassee.
No, we were past Tallahassee.
Whoa, I didn't know we were past Tallahassee.
We were almost up to Georgia.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wow. So I ended up peeing in the woods. Yeah, because it was that bad. And Brad almost had to. We finally got turned around. What was it, a couple hours?
Yeah.
It was 2 hours, yeah.
Well, when,
Might hit Gilligan's Island here.
when, I had done Google Maps.
Yeah.
When we were just outside of Sopchoppy. And from there until we got to Crawfordville was an hour and a half.
And we went way too far, so gone that I lost data connection with Google Maps. We weren't scared, but I'm like, you should have gotten gas. We weren't in danger of running out, because we never run that low. But it was very pretty.
Yeah, it was.
It was through the what forest, honey?
Apalachicola.
Apalachicola?
Yeah.
Forest, and beautiful. If you ever get a chance to drive through that, do, because that is just beautiful. And the drive into Sopchoppy is very pretty too. I could see myself living in that area. Of course, this whole area is just beautiful. But oh yeah, that's what we did yesterday. And then Brad's finally stopped at a gas station in Crawfordville. But then by then he was doing I need to pee dance while he's driving. And he needed gas. And we wanted ice cream, so he went and bought us each an ice cream bar. And then I saw the sign that said they sell gizzards and livers. And I love me some gizzards and livers, and I haven't had any in years. Brad likes the livers somewhat. No?
I like the gizzards.
You were eating the livers last night.
Well, I know. You didn't give me a choice.
Oh, I thought you...
They're okay.
by the time you delivered, because I thought, this, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
they were good. They were huge orders, too. The next time we order them, we're just going to split an order, because, yeah. And we didn't even cook any dinner, in fact, because it was, yeah. So, we did that, then we came home, relaxed, and let the puppies out. The dogs were with us on the drive. In fact, they all fell asleep in the back, because it was that long. And then we unpacked some more. And Brad turned the driver's seat and the passenger seat to their side, swiveled them. What would you say, about 45-degree angle? That opened up that whole front area, which made gives you 3 more feet in your front room. So now you're using all 30 feet, that really made a big difference. We were able to completely free up this other side of the bench here in the kitchen, and the other chair in the front room. So that made the whole living space so much nicer.
Yeah.
Made it feel a lot more like home and stuff. We did that, and then I finished my sign and made it, and Brad hung it outside last night. It hangs on the front door. I'll have to show you guys a picture, because, I was very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, you did an outstanding job on that.
Yeah. So, this is how it turned out. Let me see. I can hang up. Anyway, that's the sign I painted with the flip-flops all the way down. Let's see if I can see. And then you go up, down, and if you probably can't see unless you're on a really big thing, but I painted the flip-flop to match the sign, and then I put a flower lei on one side. So anyway, that's hanging outside. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I was talking to my friend Dina and about I wanted to do a wreath or something outside, and that can get quite expensive if you're buying all the wreath and then all the fake flowers and the ribbon and stuff. I mean, that can be expensive, and buying them are way too expensive. And she said, well, did you see the ones with flip-flops? So I ran over to Google Images and looked at some, and then I saw this one. Well, not this one, but one where they just had flip-flops going down. And I thought, well, for our door, that would be perfect. And then when I was so I bought the flip-flops at Dollar Tree and the lei, the flower lei. And then while I was at Walmart, I was going through their craft section, and I saw that black one is actually a little chalkboard. And then I bought a white paint pen, and then just did the rest. And I used super glue to glue it all together from the Dollar Tree. So, cheap. Get yourself super glue. Because I do have a glue gun, but it's in storage. I don't feel like getting out a whole lot of extra craft stuff while we're living here, because that just takes up extra space. You have to really make use of all your space and think wisely about what you're doing. So that's what we've done there. And then I did finish up. I finished up the other night, but I don't know if I ever showed it or not. If I showed it yesterday, forgive me. Oh, I think I did show it. But yeah, I did finish that hat up the other night. And then I have been working on this one. And it's diamonds, variegated diamonds, and this is fuzzy yarn that I think Stacy, Dreamer Femme 79 sent me that for Christmas. So working on that, and gotta turn my fan on, it's getting hot. today we're going to be doing some cleaning. I'm going to be doing some unpacking. I still have some boxes up front in the chairs, and I'm going to make one section, one chair in that section, kind of with like stuff that you would have on a desk. You know, your pens and your stapler and your stationery and that kind of stuff. Later on, if we want to have the printer up there because we want to print something, we can have that up there, honey. You know, but have that kind of stuff. The other chair can have my craft. I have a box of craft stuff, yarn, basically. I'm gonna have that there, and where are my other looms, honey?
I think you told me to put them in storage.
Okay, I just didn't know where they were. Yeah, for now that's fine. And I want to work on that, and I want to work on setting up some more of the toiletry items for us. And we're going to do some cleaning. I think Brad's going to be doing some vacuuming and stuff. What else?
That's the biggest thing, is just trying to get...
Yeah, just getting stuff organized. We've been here 1 week now. And wanted to talk about the dogs and the cats, how they're doing. Cats are doing great. Angel's nose is healing up. It's almost all the way healed up. I was in, Brad had the dogs outside last night when we got back from our drive, and I was in the bedroom. Both cats came on the bed, and I was loving them up and stuff, and they're both doing great. Angel mainly loves to lay on the dashboard because Dina made them 2 cat blankets, and both cat blankets are on the dashboard, and their food is up there too. Or else she likes to lay down on the floorboard where the passenger seat is. It's kind of cool down there, and you know, nobody bugs her, so she likes that. Jasper usually lays in the bedroom. The dogs are doing good. We're still getting them used to RV life and RV park life. They're getting better. Now, Charlie normally doesn't bark or show any kind of aggression unless another dog does it. So, when Nixie does it, because she's our problem child, then Charlie will start. So we use squirt bottle a lot out there, and we use a lot of commands, and once in a while they'll get a little swat on the butt. Not anything enough to hurt them, but sometimes just get their attention that, you know, you need to sit and stop. But they're getting better, I think. You know, Nixie does have to go in timeout, which is in the RV, because if she starts really misbehaving, she is a handful. I'll tell you what. No, we're not getting rid of her or anything, but she is a problem child. She's a very strong-willed dog. She's a giant schnauzer, and it even says that they need to have strong masters. And she is a very strong-willed dog, but she also is eager to please, and she does not like to be in trouble. So when she gets out of hand and she won't behave and stuff, she does get put in the RV. I mean, we're right outside, but she knows that's her time out. Then she doesn't get to stay outside with the other dogs if you're going to misbehave. So, you know, Missy's doing great. CJ's doing great. CJ needs a bath today. I gotta give her a bath today. She stinks. She's the one that wears the diaper. She's the beagle that wears the diaper. So every couple of weeks, I gotta give her a bath. And so I'm gonna take her out back and give her a bath. Get her so dope. But what else, honey?
I think you covered it all.
No, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I noticed a lot of negative posts on Facebook today. And I know everybody goes through good days and bad days. But sometimes it gets to you when you when you're reading multiple, just one post after another post after another post. And it's like there's nothing positive. And it's like, can't we just be happy to be alive? I mean, if you surround yourself with somebody who is always so negative and always so down, it will bring you down. It will cause you to be more depressed if you're already fighting a depression. I try not to surround myself with real negative people because I will feed off of it. Some of us just pick up on other people's emotions, and it's almost like a chain reaction. Brad and I do that with each other. If one person is real down, and maybe say Brad is down and I'm working really hard on raising him up, then I will kind of feed off it though later on and feel very down. And because there's positive in every situation. I can tell you guys, there was a lot of funny stuff that happened that we haven't told you guys until now on a trip out here. Okay, number one. We're new to this, and in Cheyenne, Brad he forgot the gas cap. Well, then it vapor locks. We don't know why it vapor locks. All of a sudden it vapor locks on an on-ramp to an interstate. We backed down as far as we could, but there was only one trucker who blew his horn as he went by and was nasty about it. Everybody else was, went around us and was nice about it. Finally got that started. Then Brad, when he went to fuel up again, discovered he's left that gas cap and bought a new one that he can't forget. Then, at one point in time, we had a tire blow on the U-Haul trailer. Had to call and have that fixed. We used AAA. We called them twice. We only had to use them once. So we had a small malfunction that got remedied real fast. They came out and sent somebody out, and they cover that. Which is to be expected when you're buying a used vehicle that doesn't come with an owner's manual and stuff. I kept telling Brad that it was so hot in the RV, and it got hotter the more we went through the warmer states, right? I mean, it didn't bother us near as bad in Wyoming and Nebraska, but as we, and I kept telling him it feels just like a furnace, and it was all this hot air blowing. Well, like I said, we don't know, neither one of us, very much about this. We finally discover that it's the furnace. Okay, first my friend Dina helped us because she knows some about mechanics, and she said there may be a winter and summer switch. So I told Brad, and he went out and checked. Sure enough, there was. And it was turned to winter, because, this comes out of Wyoming. He did that. Then he got thinking, and he said, and this was another day goes by, because it's like, at first it wasn't blowing, but what was happening is, okay, let me tell you first what it was. It was a furnace which turned all the way to 90. We didn't know this. We didn't think the furnace was even lit. So, it was turned all the way to 90, and I bet you they did that to warm that up that day.
Probably.
Because it snowed the night before, remember?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even sure we were going to make it down. I bet you that guy, to warm this up, and ran it a little bit.
Probably.
But, we finally got that fixed. We couldn't figure out why it was so dang hot. I mean, I was dying. The dogs were just, and I kept telling Brad, it was just, the more we tried to cool this RV off driving, the more the thermostat sensed that it was getting cool and would blast it even more.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder we had to buy more propane when we got here.
Yeah. Holy crap. The price on propane here.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably higher in this RV park. Sure. This is where they make their money. But, we had lots of mishaps. And a lot of emotions going. And, some things were harder than we expected, and we didn't know. We were getting lost. One night, we were exhausted, and I think was it Missouri? Must have been Missouri.
Yeah, it was.
What we pulled into the night before, we'd been able to stay, I don't remember where it was at, at a Walmart parking lot. This Walmart did not allow it. We couldn't find any place that wasn't full up. We ended up getting a motel room for the night, and just I slept up there because they didn't allow dogs, and we weren't just going to leave the dogs alone out in the RV. So Brad slept out there, but he did come in, we had dinner together, had some pizza and stuff, and then showered and everything. But, there were trial and tribulations, and I did share some of the, when I was really upset, I did share, vent to Dina and vented to Brad and stuff, and, it was kind of scared, and it was all foreign, but we made the best of it. That's what you have to do. You can't just hone in on the negative all the time. We all have loved ones that we miss, that we wish were still with us. But instead of honing in and being depressed, they're not with us, you can't do anything about the fact that they've passed on. Except for think that they are very, very happy and, that they would want to see you happy. But, don't surround yourself with negativity. I have a personal rule that for every negative, there needs to be 2 positives. And every day, no matter what we went through on the road, we met some really nice people. We met this old farmer guy that we got lost on the road, let us turn around on his property. When we didn't even ask him, he offered. He was on a tractor and we got on a wrong road. And he said, his house was up at the top of the hill. We were more than welcome to turn around up there. And we met a lot of nice people. We saw a lot of beautiful scenery. We had a lot of good times together, a lot of laughs. Yeah, we had some fears and some emotional and mechanical breakdowns, and even a few physical. My feet swelled up super bad on the trip. Brad's back, hurt him and stuff. But we made it, and no, things aren't perfect, but they're pretty darn good. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. And we knew we were going to have to start over when we got here. And that's what we're doing. Right, honey?
Yes, we are.
We're taking it day by day. We don't have any plan set in stone. Each day we learn something new and we discover a better way to do something. You can't keep doing things the same way you've always done them because things change. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about is just, you got to work on your internal happiness, not just hone in on the negative. And, if you're really unhappy, you need to take steps, what you can, to change it. Change it or accept it. That's all you can do in life. Right, honey?
Right, baby.
Because some things you can't change, just have to accept. Brad's back and stuff. We just have to accept it.
Look at the Serenity Prayer.
Yeah, look at the Serenity Prayer. And, Brad did put in for the Obamacare, and we're waiting to hear back from them, so we are working on that. But anyway, speaking of backs, I need to go put some Bengay on his back and get this uploaded. But love you guys, and we cherish your friendship, and we hope you're having an awesome day, because we think you're awesome, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.